Okay guys, I have just modified my pregister.php. I just included the library path here because in order to use the PHP mailer, we need to include its PHP mailer autoload.php file. Here it is, okay, libraries, PHP mailer, and this is the file that we are including. That's it. Okay, now the same scenario is going here that we discussed in the previous section. Now here is the unique thing. As you already know, we use this code to generate the random 32 characters. Okay, we were inserting the this code here. Now in order to proceed the register, we are inserting it into the reset code. Now here I just created a function send email. Let's have a look here. Okay, this is the function that I just created. This is the same scenario going on that we discussed in the previous video, okay, in the topic section, right? And now only the difference is we are passing an array, the detail array that includes two message, subject, from. So I have divided this array into 4 parts: to message and subject and from, okay, add recipient, okay, subject, body. So we will be able to set these terms from this code. Now here I'm setting the message with the verification link. You requested an account on website. In order to use this account, you need to click here, and when the user will click here, he will be redirected to the process of this file, paccount.verify.php code. With verify, we will check that code and verify his account on the basis of that code. Okay, now this is the function that I showed here. To the email on which we want to send an email. Okay, this is the email that we will get from the form input, and this is the message that we just set here, and this is a subject, whatever you want, and this is the from which company you are sending. Okay, that's it. And the scenario for all of this are the same that we discussed in the previous section. Okay, let's have a look to the working. Okay, Sean. Okay, I have just registered here. Now your account has been created successfully. Please check your email. Okay, I'm checking my email. Okay, it has been received here. Okay, e-profile system, it was our from. Okay, subject is our account verification. As you can see here, account verification, and this is our message. Okay, hi, you requested an account on website. In order to use this account, you need to click here to verify it. Okay, I will click here and it will redirect me to the process verify file. Let's have a look to that file first. Okay guys, this is the paccount verify.php file. That's the file. Okay, this is the file. When the user will click on here, it will be redirected to this file. Here what we are doing, we are including the config.php file, then grabbing the core here that we are getting from the get request. Okay, we get request from the URL query string. Okay, that's the concept. We are getting this code. Okay, that code is coming from this part. Okay, we are getting this code value. Now here we are getting the code and filter and sanitization, and then store into variable. Now here we are using the function check user by code that we just created in functions.php file, and here I just created another function which is verify user account code. I will show you in a minute. Okay, here I am just setting the session that I will show on the login.php file on redirection that your account has been activated. You can log in your account, and here we are exiting the script so that no code will further run. That's it. Okay, if the code is not found, then we are setting the message invalid activation code and warning. Warning is a class of the Bootstrap, so don't confuse. Okay, now if the code doesn't exist, then this message will display activation code not exist, warning. That's it. And now our major redirect is on register.php and then exit. Let's have a look to the functions that we just created, like verify account, check user by code. Okay guys, these are the function verify user account. Here we just created make our connection, and here we are updating the users table by setting the is active to 1, because on initial level it will be 0, and we discussed this part in the database section when we looked out the is active concept. Okay, here is the reset code that we are just setting to the empty because it was stored here. Okay, let me show you. This is the code that is storing during registration. Now on verification, we want this to be removed because we want to verify it. Okay, that's the thing. Okay, we just set it to the empty. Okay, here is the reset code, where reset code equal to the parameter should be equal to that code that we are getting here. Okay, the verification code that we are getting here by using the get, okay, input get, and the code that we are getting from the link, from this link. Okay, this is the code that we are getting. Now here we just bind the parameter and execute and store the result and return the affected rows. Okay, and the same concept of the check user by code. Okay, we are selecting the data from users table, where reset code equal to that code equal to should be that code. Okay, here we are binding the parameter and then execute, storing result and returning the number of rows. Okay, that's it. Let's have a look to the process. After clicking, what will happen? Okay, I am clicking here verify account. Okay, boom, the message that will receive that your account has been activated. Okay, let's get the message that we are sending. Okay, now I'm getting the message here, echo get message. Okay, this is a session that we are getting, message notify. This is the message that we are setting here, p account verify, your account has been activated. Let's have a look to the, let me refresh it, and boom, your account has been activated. You can log in your account. Okay, let's move to the login functionality, but first we will check that whether this account is activated or not. Let me write the code for you. Okay guys, this is our login form. We are getting username and password. Let's have a look to the functionality. This is the functionality p-login.php. This is a process file. Okay, I'm requiring config.php. Then I'm checking that if the request is coming from the form. After that, the errors, we just created an error array, the same process as we did on the register form. Okay, this is the username that we are getting from the form, and the password and the remember me option. We will check that out in a later video. Okay, this is the username and the username is less than 5. This is the user limit that we set. This is the same process that we did on register.php. Okay, the only unique process is here. Okay, check user activation. This is the function that username account is activated or not. If it is not activated, then your account is not verified. Click here to verify your account. We will set this file where we will generate a unique reset code and activate its account on the basis of its verification of his email. Okay, now here is the password limit that we set, and the same concept is here. Okay, here we are doing the select all from the user, where we are checking the username, then binding the username and then execute. Okay, now here we are getting the result and user fetch object. From here we are getting our data in form of object, and this is the user object that we are getting the values from the database. Okay, in form of object. Okay, if it is equal to 1 head, then what we will do, we will verify the password on the basis of the first one is the password that is coming from the form, and the second one is the hash form. Okay, we are here only doing the same step. Okay, we did the hashing, okay, by using the password hash function. This is the verification only. Password verify, the first one is the password, the plain string. Okay, this one is the already stored database. This one is the hash format that we stored during registration. That's it. Ignore that part at the moment. We will look that code in the next part. Okay, else the session should store the user. Okay, this is the user object that we are storing in this session, so that we will have access to the profile page. Okay, now if we are all clear by the password and the username will be correct, then this will happen. Okay, we are redirecting the profile.php, exit and move on to the profile.php. Otherwise, if both are incorrect, then method notify will display account not found, please enter correct credentials. Okay, the warning will display. Now in the case that if the errors happen, then we are doing the same concept that we did on the register form. The data, we are created the data array and sending the message back. Okay, let's have a look to this function. Okay, check user activation. We are passing the username, only the single parameter, making connection and checking the username. If its status is active equal to 1, then we are doing these steps. Okay, now let's have a look to the login. Now I put the wrong one, username not exist. Now I'm correcting. Okay, boom, the user has been logged in. Now the main problem is here that we still have access to the login, and now if you see our navigation is not fixed as well, because we are seeing the login and register login. Let's fix the navigation first, so that we will have only access when we are login. Then we should have access to the logout and the profile. Okay, no registered, no login. Okay guys, I have just created a function. If the user is logged in, then we should only have access to this one, okay, the profile.php and login.php. If the user is not logged in, then this should be displayed, the register and the login.php. Let's have a look to the function first. Okay, this is the function that I just created. If the session user is set, now I'm going to show you where it is setting. Here is a setting. After the successful login, then the user session is creating. Now we are only checking if the user is set, then return true, otherwise false. Okay, let's have a look to the project. Now here it is. Okay, now we only have access to the profile and the logout. Now I have also created the logout functionality. Let's have a look to the logout.php file which I just created here. Okay, here I'm just requiring the main config.php file, so that we will have access to the sessions and the main things, okay, and the functions. Okay, now I am here checking if the user is logged in. Then if the session is set, then unset the session. Okay, and after that I'm setting the message, notify your account has been successfully logged out, and I'm redirecting it to the I can use here the redirect function as well, but each function you can use whatever you want. Okay, the redirect function that we just created, we should use it here. Okay, no worries, because we have access to the config.php file. Now let's have a look to the logout functionality that we just created. Okay, now I'm clicking here to logout.php. okay, logout.php, your account has been logged out. Now shouldn't have access to the profile.php directly, but we will have access to it because we didn't redirect profile.php yet and the main things yet. Okay, now what we will do, we will separate the files that should be public. Some of the files should be public and some of the files should be restricted. Okay, I will show you how we can create this process. Okay guys, I have just modified my config.php file. Here I just created two arrays, the restricted pages and the public pages. These are our restricted pages that we don't want to have access without the login. Okay, that are the public pages that will only be accessible when the user is not logged in. Okay, now here is the main logic. Okay, don't get confused. Here we are checking if the user is not logged in, and in array is the function that first parameter is the value that we want to check, and second one is the array. Okay, the third one is the type case. Okay, true or false. We are restricting here to true, so it will also check data types as well. Okay, that's it. Now the server request is a super global variable. We are passing the request URI, so it will check the links if they are available or not. Now on each page, for example, if we have loaded login course login.php file, okay, that will be the value here when we will load that. Okay, that will be the value here. That's what this server is doing. If we will load the register.php, then that is the value here. Okay, now restricted, here we are using this one. When we will load profile.php, okay, this will be the value here. When the user is not logged in and in array the value exists, okay, then set the message notify you need to log in before accessing this page. Okay, we are redirecting it back to the login.php. Same is the case here. When the user is logged in and if the value is found in public pages true, okay, then we don't want to access. Now we are setting the message notify you need to log out before accessing this page, warning redirect profile.php accessed. Okay, that's it. Now here is the stuff that we are using, the cookies. I'll teach you about the cookies at the end when we will do the remember me functionality. Okay, if it's set session, if session is set, okay, then the session will return in here, so we don't need to put on each file. Okay, this data we will load code on the profile.php, because when the user logged in, the value that's stored in the form of object in session user, that value will be stored into this one. Okay, this will the object that will contain all the data that our user just logged in from. Okay, that's it. Let's move to the next step. We will check that out. Okay, now here we just need to update our link auth course, because we are working here with the auth course. Now here we just need auth course. I'm updating all our links, auth course. Okay, now I have updated this auth course. This is the project name that we are using here. Okay, now let's have a look if we have access to the profile.php without login. Did you check? Has been reactive. You need to log in before accessing the page, because when the user is not logged in and he is trying to access the restricted page, then this error will display. Now I'm doing a simple login. I have just logged in. Okay, now I want to access login.php. Now I am logged in, but I am still trying to access the login page. Okay, now did you check? Yeah, it's working. Let's just display the error here so we will be able to check if what it will display. Okay, I have just included the code. I'm getting the error. Okay, login.php, you need to log out before accessing it. Now we have restricted all the pages that need to be restricted here. Did you notice that we are displaying this data from the database? Okay, now how I'm displaying this here, you can see the profile.php. This one is a message that display from the when anything happen on the access of the files. Here is a name, the username, user email, username and user website. Where this one is coming from? This one is coming from the config.php file here. From here it is coming from. Okay, from session user, it's storing the data into the user. Okay, as I told you that I will tell you the concept of the cookie user in the at the end of this. Okay, at the end of this project. Okay guys, now we are performing the update in an account. Okay, the login code has been added. I have just added the login code behind the scenes. I'm clicking here. As you can see, the data is showing. Okay, Sean and the website and the image. Okay, now if I want to change the image, then I will click that and select this one, update now. Your account has been updated, image has been updated successful. Now what I am doing here, you have already learned in the previous section, but I am going to explain each concept, so don't worry. Come to the code. This is a message, if any sort of message we will set in the p-edit profile.php file which I just created yet. Okay, these are the error that are coming from. These are the same concepts as we have seen in the register.php file. Okay, now here is the action. Action is going to the p-edit profile.php and enctype. We are using the enctype, as I told you in the previous video, that enctype is used when we want to upload any file. Okay, that's it. Now the same concept is going here. We are getting the user name and the error that coming from the p-editor profile. The user is coming from the config.php file. As you can see here, this is a user that is coming. Okay, now on p-edit.php, we are referring the config.php, checking the post request and doing the same step. Okay, as I already told you in a separate topic that how we can upload any. So here we are getting the image. Okay, now here we are getting the user, session user, like if it exists. Okay, here we are doing the validations, the same validation that we did on many times. This is the way that we just created. I'm passing the app root. Okay, the images folder we create. Here the images that has been stored. Okay, now here are the validation that we have already seen this in the previous video. So I think I don't need to explain it at the moment. Okay, now here we are updating our record on the basis of the data which is coming from the form. Okay, now here we are just updating these sessions so that we have updated information. Okay, get user by ID. This is a function that I just created here, making connections select from the user, and on the basis of ID it is returning a single record. Okay, that's it. It's a simple concept. Now I'm storing the updated data here and redirecting to the profile.php. On the errors case, this is the case. Okay, messing the asset and that's it. Okay, now if they perform the data, for example John only, then update the record. This is saying that you can have a limit. Okay, now I'm updating the image here. your account has been updated. Did you notice the functionality that I just created here? The click here to upload. Okay, now on clicking here to upload, I'm getting this box. How I achieve it? It's very simple. It's by using the simple JavaScript code that I'm not going to explain it. But as overview, I'm giving you the concept. Okay, edit profile. Here I just added the ID box. On one case, on clicking case, I'm hiding the image and showing the upload box. Okay, on one click. That's the concept. Okay, here you can see upload image. When it will be clicked, the image box will be hide and image upload will be shown. Now by clicking here, wanna change password, you'll go to this form. Here, from here you can change your password. Okay, it's a simplest process that I just created. Now here is the same concept that is going on. I'm referring the action this time to be change password that I just created in the process folder. Here I'm getting the change password. The concept is very similar to the edit profile update. Okay, here I'm using the session, getting the session. Now the same concept is going here. We are first getting the old password. We will check if the old password matches the password from the user that is login. Then after that, if the password is incorrect, then all password incorrect, please enter valid password. And the second one is the password confirm password. Okay, that's it. We are updating the user on the basis of ID that we are getting from the user ID. Okay, that's it. And we are newly created password by the user. Okay, let's have a look. Now I'm clicking here. The validations are working. I'm entering the wrong password. Okay, all password incorrect, please enter invalid password. Okay, the all password is incorrect. Now I input the correct password and your account has been updated successfully. Now I need to log in again. Okay, now I'm trying to log in again by using the new password, and boom, it's working perfect. Okay, now we have almost clear all of the functionality. Let's move to that one. Okay, do you really want to deactivate your account? Okay, let's move. Okay guys, I'm going to explain you about the deactivate process. This is the pop-up that was displayed. Do you really want to deactivate your account? Process P deactivate. I am referring this file. Let's go to this file and check. Okay, I'm setting the value yes. If the value will be yes, then it will proceed. Okay, now I'm requiring the config.php file. I'm checking here. The request is coming from form by using the post method. I'm getting the value here of deactivate. Okay, from this one. Now I'm checking if the value is yes, then proceed. I'm getting the user session. I'm preparing the data here. Update user set is active for equal to 0, because on is active, if it will be equal to 0, then what will happen? The user will not be able to log in. He will need to access his account by requesting an activation. Okay, now here is the binding process, and the same process is going on here. We are redirecting it to the login.php by unsetting its data. Now let's have a look how it's work. Okay, now here I am just clicking on yes, and boom, your account has been deactivated successfully. Request support to activate your account, or there is another way to activate this account by using this one. Okay, by using this link. Okay, let's click here. Let's put the code here. Okay guys, now we need to activate our account. I just created another file, p request activate account. Here is the code. Okay, configuration, we need to send an email, so I'm using PHP mailer again, and that is the request. Okay, now the same process is going as we did on the registration case. We get the email. We only need the email address so that we will identify the user by it. Now we will update the user's reset code, and we will regenerate another code for the resetting purpose, so that we will be able to send the account to verifier's account. P account verify.php. Hi, you requested your account verification. You need to click here to activate your account. This is the same process that we did on the register.php, so there is no need to worry about it. Okay, now I'm going to put my email here. Your account is not verified. Click here. Okay, I'm clicking here and enter my email. I will receive an email on this email address. Let's have a look. Okay, please check your email to verify your account. Let me check e-profile account verification request. Yes, I requested this. Hi, your account verification. You need to click here to activate your account. I just click here. Okay, your account has been activated. Now I can log in. Okay, I'm back. Now you have learned so far the edit profile, the deactivate account. Number one thing that is left is the forget password. We will look into it. Now here is our reset password form. I have created an file, forget password. Okay, this is the forget password. We are sending the email again and the reset code again. That's the same process. Okay, by the code we will detect that the here you can see the P code verify, and we will see this process. We will first verify the code, then after verification we will redirect it to the forget password. Let's enter the email. You made a password request. Please check your email to reset. Okay, let's check to the reset password requested. Yes, I requested it. Reset your password. When we click here, this form will be open, reset password.php. Now on behind the scene, this is the main file that is checking the code first, the reset code that we are generating. Okay, that checks if the code is correct, then we are redirecting to the reset password, that is this page. Okay, now here we will need to enter our new password, and boom, your account password has been reset. You can log in your account. Now I'm entering the new account password. Okay, now this one forget password functionality has also been done. Okay, now what's left? Let's have a look. You have learned the login, register, profile management system, forget, reset password, remember me option is left. We have seen the cross-site scripting and SQL injection in previous sections. We did account verification, we did email verification, we did deactivate account. Now let's have a look to the remember me functionality. As I just told you before that I will tell you about the cookie method. If the remember me functionality is the process that if we will click on it, then it will remember our login details, credentials, and store them into the browser. Okay, here's the method to create the session. Set cookie, this is a session name, and this is we are serializing the data so that we will have our object information into the string form. Okay, this is the time that we are setting, and this is the root only. Okay, here now if we will select, it will set the cookie that will remember our details into the browser. Even after closing the browser, our login section will not end until we log out. Now on logout, I have just created this part. Okay, now if the cookie is set, then we are just reversing this data. We are adding the minus sign because we cannot unset or destroy any cookie. This is the only method by which we can destroy the cookie, destroy the session details. Okay, that's it. Okay, I have also added another functionality here. Let me tell you about that one. I have added this. Okay, or if cookie is set or the session, then return true. Okay, that's it. Let's have a look to the functionality that I'm talking about. Okay, Sean, I'm clicking on without remembering. I'm login. Okay, now I'm closing the browser and reopening it, and then enter this URL. Okay, you need to log in before accessing this page. Now I'm clicking on remember me option and login. Okay, now I'm closing the browser, opening it again and pasting the file.php, and boom, did you notice that our session is not end right now? We can log out. Okay, now our account has been logged out, our cookie has been deleted. That I hope you have learned a lot of things in this project. The project flow was fast, but if you will learn each concept in visual form, then you will be able to build many web applications. You have learned the register. In register, you learned about addition of anything from the form. You can even build a future e-commerce website from where you will be able to add the products into the account. Okay, this is the same project. Don't limit yourself on this project. You can create many projects. You can have full support from my side. If you have any issue in the project, you can contact me on the support section on the discussion form. Okay, you can ask me any question. The number 2 thing is that you have learned all the concepts, all the CRUD operations, all the basic things that required for building an advanced application. Okay, this was the fast-paced course. In fast-paced course, mostly instructor do only this thing that the code is already written. All we need is to explain the things. Okay, that saves the times of yours and that saves the times of us. That's it, guys. Thanks for watching this course. If you have any issue, you can contact me directly from support section or discussion forum. Thanks again. I'll see you in the next course.